Hey film fans, my name is David. This is Film Collector Archive, and today it is episode 9 of the Orbit DVD haul. So happy to have you here. I hope everyone is having a really great spooky season. Very excited to bring you this 9th episode of the Orbit DVD haul. I'm hoping to have another one sooner rather than later. I've got some more great titles coming in, but I've got enough of a stack here that I just wanted to dive in. So it's going to be a little bit less than previous hauls, but we still have a good amount of titles here. Some of those really, really large hauls are just a lot to film, and so I guess just trying to make it a little bit easier on filming and getting this stuff out to you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in. We'll start with box sets and then work our way towards the more standard stuff. I even have a couple of DVDs this haul as well, so we'll work our way that direction. So first up, this is my first entry, I guess, in this series, and I don't really have plans to go deeper into this series. I just wanted to get this because the 4K Steelbook looked really cool. I'm not a huge fan of the outer packaging on this one, but this is the Titans of Colt 4K limited edition set for The Matrix, one of my favorite movies of all time. I used to have the Blu-ray box set and then never got the 4K, and really just feel the need to have the first film on 4K. And this is, the Titans of Colt limited edition. There's a 4K Steelbook in here. And then it comes with a couple of extra goodies. It's kind of strange packaging overall. And I'm not a big fan of the kind of the plastic style outer casing they have in here. But the 4K Steelbook itself looks really cool. So I decided to go for it. But seen The Matrix so many times, one of my favorite movies. Okay, next up, we have a really cool, this has kind of been a thing lately, these 4K Steelbook box sets. Now, as opposed to the Matrix, which has the plastic outer packaging, these are nice rigid box set releases, and Steelbook and booklet inside. This is the 1950s sci-fi classic, It Came from Outer Space. So this is a gloss 4K Ultra HD Steelbook, rigid slipcase. There's a 38-page book, film cell replica. Now the film cell replica is like the... now I don't know if... see, this one's Universal as well. So there's the Universal Essentials collection, which this is not stating here that this is a part of, but this is the same manufacturing practices as that series. So you can look back on the channel. I have an unboxing of the Jurassic Park set. I know they've got the Sting coming out. And I know they've had one or two others that they've released, but I saw this announced and immediately put an order in for it once Orbit got these in, of course. But really cool design here. The Steelbook inside is really neat as well. The Steelbook is actually offered as a standalone release if you didn't want the whole package that's offered here. That is offered as a standalone option. I wanted to go for the whole box set here, and so definitely stay tuned for an unboxing video of this set on the channel, so I can show you the Steelbook and everything that's included here. So very cool set from Universal for It Came from Outer Space. Next up, one of those labels that just continues to kill it. Second Sight Films is easily one of my favorite labels ever. I was really excited when they announced this. This is the contemporary horror film that is bound to be, it's sure to be a classic for years to come. It Follows. This is a really gorgeous, and I am filming in the day here, so I apologize for the glare, but really great design here. Obviously very dark, and so the glare is going to impact this more, but a 4K release of It Follows. And this comes with a mammoth 150-page book. This is one of their nice, big, sturdy, heavy box set releases that we love so much. Very excited when they announced this, and I'm excited to see where Second Sight goes over the next year. They've had a lot of great releases this year. I was crazy about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre set that they did. But just continuing their amazing releases with It Follows. Very happy to have this in the collection. All right, next up, we are at Arrow Video. This is a continuing series that they've done. They released the first volume, which I was never able to get the limited release of that one, so I just have the standard packaging release on that. But they did a second volume, and then this is now the third volume. Really great series. This is 4 Film Noir Classics, Volume 3. Now, I'm trying to remember. Now, Volume 2, I think I'm looking at it right here. I've seen 3 of the 4 films on there. This includes Calcutta, Ride the Pink Horse, Outside the Law, and The Female Animal. Now, I believe the only one that I've seen in this set is Calcutta. I believe so. I might have seen one, maybe 2 of the others. Sometimes it's hard with film noir because sometimes there's so many film noir titles out there, and so sometimes I get kind of mixed up on whether I've seen some or not. But these are really beautiful sets. Nice hard box, and then you get a nice hardcover book. These aren't soft cover. These are full hardcover books, which is really cool. And then, of course, you get the 4 films. Really hope that they continue this series. They're doing a really stellar job with it. There is some crossover. In fact, this one, Ride the Pink Horse, is available via the Criterion Collection. And I believe there's some crossover on the other titles from the Kino Lorber Dark Side of Cinema set. So that is something to be aware of if you're planning on picking these up. If you don't like double dipping, things like that, you might just check to see what else is available. But these, if you're comparing them to the Kino Lorber sets, are much more premium. I definitely prefer to go this route. So just something to be aware of, but very excited for this 3rd volume. Hope we see an announcement for a 4th volume soon. That would be awesome. Okay, next up, we have a really big box set here. This is from the BFI, British Film Institute, who I'm really starting to collect from more. They have some really great sets. And this is one of those kind of film education in a box type releases. This is Woodfall, a revolution in British cinema. So this is kind of the British New Wave movement, and kind of all captured in a box here. So as you can see, really big box here. You've got the book on the end, and then all the titles there in their individual cases, and they're the slim Blu-ray cases. So it's just a nice big box set. But here we have Look Back in Anger, The Entertainer, Saturday Night and Sunday Morning, A Taste of Honey, The Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner, Tom Jones, Girl with Green Eyes, and The Knack and How to Get It. I would say the main title that pulled me in here was A Taste of Honey. I've always heard really stellar things about that film. I believe that was or is available via the Criterion Collection. That one might be out of print, but I don't quite remember. But I was happy to see that included here because that's a film that I've wanted to see for a very long time. And as you can see here, there's just a slew of special features. So very interested in learning more about the British New Wave films, and just another great release here from the BFI. All right, now this is not a full release. I just wanted to show that there's replacement discs. So this is The Case is Closed, Forget It, and The Day of the Owl. These are replacement discs for the Cosa Nostra set from Radiance Films, the Franco Nero set. So Orbit was kind enough to, because I bought the box set from them originally, and so they were kind enough to then pass on the replacement discs to those that purchased the set once they, of course, got them from Radiance. So happy to have these replacement discs. If you did originally buy the set and you have not gotten your discs, reach out to either Radiance directly or, again, if you bought through Orbit like I did, these should instantly be sent out to you, or automatically sent out to you. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go with a 4K Steelbook here. I was really excited that Orbit got these in. This is the Region B version, even though it's on, this is a 4K release, but it does include a Blu-ray disc. So this is going to be the Region B edition on the Blu-ray disc. But Best Buy sold out of this very, very quickly. This is actually a film I have not seen. And so when Orbit got some in, just the Region B edition, I was very quick to jump on it and pick this up. I don't know why I've never seen this film. This is one of the weird blind spots in my kind of film journey. This is a Tim Burton film, which I'm a big fan of. Tim Burton kind of, it kind of feels like 2000 is the cutoff for me. Although I completely adore Frankenweenie from 2012. I like Tim Burton's early work a lot more than I do his more recent work. Anyways, this is starring Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci. This is none other than Sleepy Hollow. Couldn't come at a more perfect time, being in spooky season. I will definitely be giving this a watch. And this is a really unique steelbook with the book inside, and just kind of how this is packaged is very uncommon. I don't know of any other set that is packaged or film that's come packaged like this, so kind of neat. But yeah, I love the design on this, and just very excited to have this be a first time watch here in this spooky season. Okay, next up from Eureka, we have their continuing series. They have such amazing coverage on the Kung Fu films. I'm really into specifically the 1970s Kung Fu films. This is from 1974, and this is the Skyhawk. Yeah, I'm all in on these. I have so many Kung Fu films in my collection at this point. I've got some work to do to get to get caught up, so I'll need to set some time aside to really do work on that. But I have come to realize that 1970s Kung Fu is a big thing for me. I love films of that era, and the Skyhawk is right in that range. And so this was an easy pickup for me, and I look forward to watching this very soon. This is part of their Classics line, so this is not Masters of Cinema, but the Eureka Classics. So the Skyhawk with a nice slipcover there as well. All right, back to the BFI we go. This is a film I have recently seen. In fact, I think it was probably in the past year that I've seen this for the first time. This stars Mia Farrow and I'm going to butcher this name, Keir Dullea, and it's directed by Richard Longcrane. And I believe I came across this, or was introduced to this film by Daniel from the Daniel Epler from the Cobwebs podcast. He's got a great YouTube channel and podcast. If you're not aware of him, go look him up. He's awesome. But I believe he had a review for this on Letterboxd, and I was very interested. Found the film really mesmerizing. This is Full Circle, The Haunting of Julia. Now this is a 4K release, dual format, so you get the Blu-ray as well, and then there's a booklet included. So just the normal, awesome packaging and presentation here from BFI. There were probably 2 or 3 different releases on this. I know, I think there was one from Imprint, but that was just Blu-ray, and then there's a 4K from Scream Factory, I believe. But this was the one that jumped out to me the most in terms of the one that I wanted to purchase. And of course, Orbit, they import everything, so it's just an awesome one-stop shop. Yeah, the thing that stands out most to me on this, with this particular film, is the music. It's a fantastic score. I watched it streaming the first time I saw it, and that might have even been one that was on, that I watched on YouTube or something simple like that. But I would look it up, give it a watch, take note of the music because it is awesome. The Haunting of Julia. And yeah, it's kind of under different names as well, but here we have Full Circle, The Haunting of Julia. So very excited to have that. And Mia Farrow gives a wonderful performance. Okay, now we are into Vinegar Syndrome and partner labels, although I'll start with this one because they used to be a partner label, but they're no longer associated with Vinegar Syndrome. I have to remind myself of that sometimes because they were one of the original kind of bigger partner labels. And this is Fun City Editions. This is Primetime Panic Volume 2. Or just Primetime Panic 2. Here we have The Death of Richie, Incident at Crest Ridge, and The Seduction of Gina. And I listened to a great podcast from Brian Sauer over at Just the Discs. He interviewed, and I apologize, I don't remember the name. He's the head of Fun City Editions, but they had a great episode talking about this set. I do have the first, right here. The first set is right there. That's a big box set presentation, and that was released when they were partnered with Vinegar Syndrome. This is a just like a standard slipcover release, but still very high quality, thicker slipcover like you get with the Vinegar Syndrome releases. And so Fun City Editions has always done really great work. Very excited to have this one in. The made-for-TV movies, it has such a I have such a soft spot in my heart for movies like this, and so I'm really excited to see them continuing this series. And again, another series just like the 4 film noir classics from Arrow. I really hope they continue this one, for the foreseeable future. For at least several more volumes would be awesome. So this is available now, and if you like made-for-TV movies, 70s, 80s, kind of that range, these are an easy recommendation. And the first box set was really great. Okay, next up, these guys are one of the active, the next 4 titles here are all active partner labels with Vinegar Syndrome. This label I've been really into because of the work of the animation titles that they've been putting out. I love their focus on animation. They do films outside of animation, but they've been having a really special focus on animated titles. And this is from Deaf Crocodile. This is Heroic Times. So you can see this is very painterly. I love just the style on that cover. There's the back. There's a little bit of embossing on the title. And yeah, this is from 1983, 79 minutes, and it's from Hungary. 1983 Hungary. And yeah, it's been Hungarian animation that they've seemed to have a focus on. The Son of the Stars, those other animated titles that I've reviewed on the channel, or that I've shown you guys. I love, again, that focus, and I can't wait to watch this film. The whole film is like a painting in motion. I've seen just a little brief clip or trailer from the film and was just immediately, brought in on it and just, mesmerized by what I was seeing on screen. So very excited to watch this one, Heroic Times from Deaf Crocodile. Next up, this is kind of one of those silly horror movies. I had a lot of fun with this. This is Vinegar Syndrome proper, not one of the partner labels, but the first new horror creature, The Incredible Melting Man. This was fun. It's not a fantastic film by any means, but this has some fun effects and gore, and it's an easy watch from 1977. Runtime of 86 minutes. This is one of the. Okay, I was wanting to double check here. Yeah, Rick Baker did the special effects, and so it's just that fun aesthetic, kind of gooey, gory kind of special effects, but just a really easy watch. This is like a fun popcorn movie from the 70s, and an easy recommendation if you're into that type of thing. All right, these next two are from Canadian International Pictures, another label that I've really latched onto, it seems like. They have been doing some really interesting releases. This one is their newest release. This is a film by Paul Lynch, and this is The Hard Part Begins. This is kind of a 1970s country music, 1973, 87 minutes, kind of a country music type film, kind of a down and out country singer, that type of premise. And it caught my attention. I love films from the 1970s, and this seems to be very much a human drama. They did Canadian International did another great release fairly recently, and I think it's I'm trying to remember the name of the title. No One Waved Goodbye, or I might be getting that wrong. That was a really good film as well, and it's just a very human-centered kind of drama piece. And looking forward to watching this one. I pitched my wife on this one because she's very much a country girl, and this seems like one that we'll be able to enjoy together. So The Hard Part Begins. Yeah, and this one is just about sold out now, and I wanted to get it before that happened. This is a very peculiar film. I knew nothing about this until I saw, advertisements from Canadian International and Vinegar Syndrome. This is, I'll turn it this way, The Kid Brother. Also, it goes under the name Kenny. So everything's kind of this landscape orientation. So this young man has no legs. He's going through life without legs. 12-year-old Kenny Easterday, playing a version of himself, is active and enthusiastic, resisting the pressure of wearing prosthetic limbs. He also finds himself the subject of a documentary made by a visiting French film crew. As the production unfolds, Kenny's parents, brother, and absentee sister bring long simmering tensions to the surface, shaking Kenny's confidence. Determined to better understand his place in the world, he hits the road for a daring journey of self-discovery. So again, another, really human-centered drama here. I don't know if I gave the year and runtime. 1987, and it's 95 minutes. Now, it states on here that the film is in black and white. I thought I saw a clip or two from this and it was in color. Interesting. So it states black and white on here. But yeah, I'm really excited, really intrigued by this. Total blind spot for me as well. Just have never heard of this, and I love, these awesome discoveries like this. Okay, we're down to the final stretch on just the standard editions here. This is a film that I saw recently on, I believe it was streaming on Shudder. This is a film by Johan Johansson, narrated by Tilda Swinton. This is Last and First Men. This is a very, very visual experience. The voiceover by Tilda Swinton is amazing. This is one of those films that just kind of takes you under its spell. It's very engaging. I don't want to say too much about what you're going to get here, other than it is just intensely visual. It's in black and white. It's gorgeous to look at. And it's kind of a sci-fi, kind of a commentary on the human experience or human existence. And it's I'll read you a sentence or two. 2 billion years in the future, humanity finds itself on the verge of extinction. Almost all that remains are lone, surreal monuments, the futuristic, solemn, brutalist stone slabs erected during the communist era in the former Yugoslav republics, arrestingly photographed in luminous 16mm black and white. That's what I'll give you there. But it is a very unique watch, and I can see this one maybe not being for everyone, so maybe stream it before you buy it. But I was totally taken in by this film, so definitely recommended on my part. All right, next up we have Scream Factory. This is the reason I picked this up. This is kind of Cujo-esque, I guess. This is The Pack. They're not pets anymore. Now, this is from 1977, so this predates Cujo. But even the back here, I don't know. Kind of get Cujo vibes. From the producer and director of Enter the Dragon. Writer-director Robert Klaus, whose Enter the Dragon delivered hard-hitting action and whose deadly eyes provided gnawing rodent terror, combines both fright and fight in this survival tale where a walk in the woods becomes a long, dark journey into fear. And then you get a few special features here as well. An audio interview, audio commentary with Lee Gambin, which is always great. So nice little package here from Scream Factory. One that I'll definitely be watching this Halloween season. And we got 3 more BFI titles here, actually. So, like I said, BFI is fully on my map at this point, or on my radar at this point. It's funny because I ordered the pack, and I ordered it with this as well, mainly because of the cover, and it kind of made me think maybe this is kind of an Animal Attacks. I could be totally wrong. But this is The Appointment. I love the cover, like, a lot. This is a film by Lindsay C. Vickers. So this is from BFI's Flipside label, so one of their kind of sub-labels. Edward Woodward and Jane Marrow. This is from 1981, in color, 89 minutes, and you get a nice grouping of special features there as well. An evil and enigmatic power throws a family into turmoil in Lindsay Vickers' much sought-after cult horror. When suburban father Ian, Edward Woodward from The Wicker Man, is unable to attend his daughter's violin recital, he and his wife Diana are troubled by prophetic nightmares that seem to foresee a looming tragedy. Are dark forces about to be unleashed upon their comfortable life? So maybe not an Animal Attacks movie, I don't know. But very interested in this, and another great looking release there from BFI. This next title from BFI I did watch recently. So this is a contemporary film. This is from 2022. So very, very new. This is Deus Men. This mind-bending folk horror, and I should say, I've tried really hard to get into folk horror films and have not been very successful. It just seems to not quite be my thing, but I'm still trying. I saw The Wicker Man recently for the first time, and I feel like upon rewatch, that one actually might start to really kind of settle in with me and start to click with me a little bit more. But in general, folk horror has been really hard for me to work with, and so I'm trying to find some good access points and really get into it and understand it maybe a little bit more. And I understand all films aren't going to be for everyone. That's, one of the wonderful things about film is, some things click with us and some things don't. That's totally fine. Deus Men, for whatever reason, clicked with me. And obviously I streamed it, and then I purchased the film here. This is another one kind of, very different from Last and First Men, but similar in that it is a very visual experience. Dialogue is completely secondary here, and it's very visual. If you're in the least bit interested in folk horror or discovering or maybe stepping into folk horror, I feel like this is a very good entry point. I would recommend it on those grounds, that this is a great entry point to kind of get your feet wet, with what you might be in for with folk horror titles. So this is a film by Mark Jenkin. Again, came out in 2022, 90 minutes, and yeah, a nice amount of special features there as well. And this is a dual format, so you get the Blu-ray and the DVD here. So really looking forward to watching this again, and definitely diving in on the extra features and the booklet that's included, getting more of an education on the film. Okay, so my last two titles here are both DVDs. This next one is from BFI, and then we have one last title I'll show you. So this is the... So there's a whole series of these DVDs. Orbit has them all. The Children's Film Foundation collection. They have several different collections on DVD, and this one is Scary Stories. Now, interestingly, one of the Scary Stories here is included here as an extra feature, and that is Haunters of the Deep from 1984, and that is a runtime of 61 minutes. So I bought Deus Men after this, and I thought it was interesting that there's that little bit of crossover, but there's a few films here. The Man from Nowhere, Haunters of the Deep, and Out of the Darkness. So I do hear that Haunters of the Deep is kind of the I don't want to say the best title, but kind of the title to bring you in on this collection. So I'm really looking forward to diving in on these. Never seen these, never heard of the Children's Film Foundation. I'm brand new here. But it seems like they might be kind of a made-for-TV aesthetic. If I like what I see here, I'm probably going to dive in on more of those Children's Film Foundation sets. They're really cheap. They're like $10. And you get 3 films here. So, and it has a fully illustrated booklet with essays by the Man from Nowhere writer John Tolley, actor Michael Carter, and Rachel Mosley. So, especially for $10, really great package here. And I had to start out, me being a huge horror fan, I had to start out with these Scary Stories selections. But there's other, I want to say at least maybe 3 or 4 other collections, and they all deal with different categories. So again, here we have Scary Stories. All right, and the last one that we have here, this is the follow-up, I guess, to the WNUF Halloween special. This is now I think the name of it is It's Halloween in Your VCR. I could be wrong. No, I think that's the name. It's Halloween in Your VCR. So this is a assembled from the highest quality source material available. This release is presented just as it was sold via mail order from the Trader Tony's Tape Dungeon catalog in the 1990s. So this is like a collection of commercials, advertisements, different things that are made to look vintage. Now, let's see. Or maybe these, I'm going to have to, I mean, this shows how little I know about this particular set. Because these maybe are, no, I think these are commercials that are made to look vintage, just like the WNUF TV special. Because it says here from 1991 to 1998, Trader Tony's Tape Dungeon, and the sales sticker here on the back is unfortunately covering up most of the rest. Anyways, I'll show you the back there. Sorry, I'm babbling on about this one because I don't know very much about it. But if it's anything close to, you know, being along the lines of the WNUF Halloween special, then it was an easy sell for me because I love that type of stuff. So anyways, I'll have to pop it in and figure out what the heck this is, but see if let me know if you know anything about this release in the comments, because obviously I'm very lost with, you know, what to say about that one. But that is it. So that is my Orbit DVD haul. That concludes episode 9. Again, I've got a lot more items coming in here soon, so I would probably plan on seeing the next Orbit DVD haul video sooner rather than later. And it actually might be, I say I've got a lot of titles coming in. It actually might be a relatively small haul video, kind of compared to others as well. But I want to maybe start trying to get these out more where they're not just absolutely massive hauls. So they're just easier to manage, and so I don't have you guys. Let's see. Yeah, we're less time now than the other episodes. I don't want to hold you guys captive for, you know, an hour or longer on these things if we can help it at all. So if you are new to this channel and you like talking film collecting, if that's your type of thing, I invite you to hit the subscribe button, also the like button. That absolutely helps the channel. And finally, click that bell icon so that you are notified when I upload new videos in the future. And until next time, I hope you're able to watch a lot of great films.